Hey guys, what is going on? It is DaBoki here once again, and it's time for another MapleStory video. Actually, we are doing a duo CZAC run right now, Chaos Zakum. Nikki and I are trying out CZAC because we just got buffed up, it seems like, from the new Champions update patch. So I want to go ahead and try out my Mercedes, and Nikki wanted to try out her Dark Knight. So we decided to go ahead and duo a CZAC. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I know I have a lot of CZACs on my channels, but you know what? It's another boss run, so I thought I'd go ahead and show it with you guys. Hope you guys don't mind the video. So I just wanted to know how many of you guys know what the board game Risk is, because after I made that childhood video, I actually started thinking about more of my childhood and more about what we did for fun, kind of, and the game Risk was a very big part of my childhood. Now, if you guys don't know what Risk is, it's a really big board game, and it's really boring, and it takes a super long time to complete, but I just wanted to go ahead and see how many of you veterans out there are Risk players, and you guys know what Risk is. Now, I'm going to go ahead and try to explain a little bit to you guys, but Risk is pretty much a board game, which you set up like 1,000 little pieces of little army units, and you roll dice and you try to conquer each other by moving your little pieces all over the board. Now the thing is, guys, this game is horrible because I'm gonna say it because it's a bad game, because those little pieces are so fragile and they get knocked around so many places. The game takes hours and hours to complete. I mean, we would have it set up in my friend's garage in like elementary, middle school for like a whole week, and we would go on a game with like a whole week of Risk. And this Risk game, guys, it was just something really crazy about it that we hated it so much, but we just kept playing it over and over because I think it dealt with little army people and we're like really fascinated with shooting each other. It was like, oh, this is awesome, but there was no shooting involved. What happens is pretty much the game, I've never finished a game of Risk in my life, and probably you guys that played Risk before, you guys probably experienced the same thing. Like, yeah, I've never accomplished to finish a game of Risk because the game just never finishes. What usually happens at the end is like someone will accidentally throw a dice on the board and all the pieces are somehow rigged to explode in every single direction, and it's just like a nuclear bomb happens and all the pieces go everywhere and you don't know where anything is, and you're just like, alright, let's give up, and like, I'm never playing this again. Next week you're like setting it up again. And I just thought it was kind of interesting that this game Risk is named Risk, and because I feel like every time you're playing it, you're taking a huge risk to try to start up this board game of Risk. It's like you're risking a lot of anger, a lot of frustration, a lot of your emotions are going into this game. And this almost ties in with taking a risk in your life, right? Like, what kind of risks are you taking? Not only just playing this board game, but other things that you're trying to do that you're not sure, like, well, it's kind of a risk to do it, but I know if I do this, it could fail really bad, set me back 10 spots, but if it succeeds, then oh my goodness, that is awesome, right? I mean, I remember my economics class in high school, he taught us a really great saying, my teacher, Mr. Caloran. He said, David, class of 2009, in life, the greater the risk is, the greater the reward. Now that is very true, because the greater the risk you're taking, it means that the bigger the reward is, right? So it's like you only have a 1 out of 6 chance to get it, but that reward is huge. So the question is, do you take it? And it depends what the punishment is, right? What kind of consequence will you face if the risk or the reward isn't in your favor? I mean, that's the thing also, right, guys? It's like cubing in MapleStory, or merching, or buying things, or scrolling things. Like, you're scrolling things with things that will blow up your weapon, or it's going to turn an ultra for the worse. But if it works, though, that is a huge reward. It's like the 10% scrolls. Such a huge risk, right? It's only a 10% chance it works, but if it works, first of all, you saved a whole bunch of mesos, and second of all, you landed a 10% chance of it landing on your weapons, so it's like upgrades intensely altered for the good. Yes, so that is a really good risk, and that, you know, that just ties in with like life as well, you know, just things that you're doing, what kind of stuff that you want to do, like tests, joining clubs, going to school, all this kind of stuff, you know, job, life, making all these choices in your life. Like, you're thinking, well, what is the risk of doing this? But just remember, guys, the bigger the risk you take, the bigger the reward it is. But the thing is, it sucks when you don't succeed, right, guys, and you fail, and then that's like, oh man, then what? Then we're always worried about failing, so that's why we don't take those risks. But I think the people that succeed like really well in life are those people that just aren't afraid to take chances, you know what I mean? They just go for it. They're like, alright, we're gonna do it, and if something bad happens, we're gonna try to roll it to our favor. Like my problems video, like, all the problems are just kind of a gateway for different choices, different chances, you know? Like, problems are an opportunity. That's what they're viewed as, right? Problems can be an opportunity. So when you take a risk and you're worried that it's gonna fail, just think that failure is an opportunity to do something else for another risk. And, you know, we just have to take risks all our life. And it sucks, because I hate playing the game Risk, but somehow we're always back to playing it, right? We're always back playing that board game Risk. We're always in our life, we're always facing with risks and dealing with risks in our life that we just gotta face and we gotta deal with. We can't always run away from them forever, or we'll just be stuck and not moving forward. And there's always those risks that people don't like to take, right? Like asking someone out, or moving, or going to a different school, or even giving their opinion on the matter of a problem because they're afraid that they're gonna fail. But guys, yeah, you just gotta take that risk. So guys, what I want you guys to do is leave in the comment section below on some of the risks that you guys have to take and you guys have to face in your everyday life, and maybe try to make that step to take it, and just try to do it, you know? And if you fail, then you fail, and you can try again, right? Like Batman always says. Well, I always forget the lines, so I'm not going to try to repeat it to you. Why do we fall down, sir? So we can pick ourselves up. Okay, well anyway, enough quoting movies. But guys, like always, thank you so much for watching. This has been DaBoki. Take that risk out there, guys. We'll be seeing you guys later.